depending on how my hands feel tomorrow, I might try to finish up, like, the 3 QLDC levels I can. There's a couple that require special setups that I don't have set up yet. So, I like the candy apples. Those are nice. The Goombas should be candy apples too, though. But yeah, I think I played all of one CLDC level from this patch before playing it again. And that would have been the hacker formerly known as Zucati, now known as Olga. So, and that level was interesting. And hard. What's funny is it took me approximately the same amount of time to beat it both times I played it, which you think I would have gotten better, but I got stuck in very different spots. I like the backgrounds. You know, I don't eat very much candy nowadays. I've gotten old. Did eat some yesterday, though. I saw it sitting there at the grocery store when I went to go get some juice, because I just really wanted some juice, and I was walking back from not getting the rush. You can climb on that. Not getting the rush pinball thing I was aiming for. I was like, oh, that sounds fun. Keeps requesting 10-minute long Mahjong videos in Dina's stream. That sounds about right. Olga is a Mahjong fan. Which reminds me, I did join a Mahjong Discord and then I never did anything about that. The closest I got to doing anything with Mahjong was there was a confounding... what do they call it? Confounding calendar thing? Basically, people make small puzzles, one a day, for the... one a day for the month of December. And one of them was a Mahjong-based logic puzzle, where one of the constraints, in addition to like Sudoku-style constraints, you also had... I'm running out of lives. You also had to deal with the fact that you had Mahjong constraints. You needed to make sure each row of things made a valid hand. Each column made a valid hand. And I was surprised at how simple it is. But I think the scoring is where things really come into play with Mahjong. Like the complicated part of Mahjong. But I'm not good enough. I'm definitely, if I go to GDQ this year, I'm going to at least try to play a game of Mahjong with people. Because last year they brought, like, the fancy Mahjong tables that, like, auto-shuffle and deal or something, and those are ridiculous, and I want to play with one. But otherwise have no utility for Mahjong. Yeah, registration for GDQ opened today. It's one of those, I'm about 70-ish, 80% sure I'll go, but we'll see. It does depend. And I don't have to make that decision today, which is nice. I can watch about how much they're running out of badges. Last time I didn't have to make that decision until fairly late anyway. Yeah, that was a fun romp. I liked the aesthetics. There wasn't a whole lot to say about the level itself, other than the fact that the candy cane vine was an actual vine. I was really surprised. Especially because that was never used anywhere else, and that only messes you up right there. Like when you try to duck jump. I think it's funny.